So it's been 8 weeks. We've been doing the low fat, low protein, high carb, sugar-ish diet. And I think we're done.
I think so too.
Yeah. So I'm Ty.
I'm Amy.
And this is Ty and Amy Try Things. We're going to give you a little update on the progress, how it went, what our thoughts are, and should you do it. So I guess let's start with compliance and cravings. So we did variations. Some weeks it was just fruit, some weeks it was just rice, some weeks it was just potatoes. This last week we introduced kind of all three of those plus some oatmeal and honey, but we were trying to really stick with the low fat, low protein, high carb. That was the approach.
I actually didn't know rice was on the table this week.
Oh.
I wish I would have known that.
Now you know. So how was compliance and cravings for you?
So compliance was about the same as it has been. We try to stick to this for 5 days. And I will say there's probably 2 meals that are out of compliance throughout that whole 5-day period. Yeah. There's probably 2 meals that are out of compliance. So there's that. Cravings were tough. Cravings were definitely tough. I've found some cravings for just something like some chips or, I don't know, just something different.
Yeah, so for me, compliance about the same. So we probably are 4 days out of 7.
I would say overall,
in a week
yeah.
Where we're really kind of sticking with it and being good. I didn't have much problem with cravings. I actually kind of liked the food. I enjoyed eating it every time. I looked forward to it. That wasn't a problem. I wasn't feeling like I was missing anything. On the positive side of cravings, actually, because we introduced juice, we often just habitually would have some wine at the end of the day, watching TV or whatever, and I would do juice instead. So I didn't really miss the alcohol.
Right.
There were no alcohol cravings
right.
with all the juice.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not sure if that's better for you or not. But.
Right, yeah. So if we go off of this diet, that's one thing I'm going to miss is the juice.
Yeah, for sure.
I do like that juice.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
So I found this to be relatively easy to stick to. I don't go out to eat a lot. I'm not out and about a lot. I'm at home, so I can prepare my own food. I can kind of take care of that.
I think it's a lot easier for a homebody, for somebody who is home, because I was out every day.
If you can control your food environment, this is, to me, pretty easy.
There was a couple of times where I had to cancel going out with somebody because I just knew the temptation was going to be too strong and there's no way I could have done it. So I had to postpone going out with someone for a business meeting or whatever, or do it over the phone.
So what it comes down to is individual preferences and lifestyle may impact whether this is easy or not. I wouldn't say this is easy for everybody, relatively easy for me, but for someone like Amy who's on the go, maybe a little bit more of a challenge. What about energy? How was your energy kind of throughout it?
I felt like that was pretty, I didn't have any complaints.
Yeah, I felt like mine was mostly okay, although I did notice today I had like 2 bowls of oatmeal with some honey, and I was sitting on the couch there, and I just got really sleepy. So I have noticed actually a few times here this last week.
And that's not like you.
Yeah, that I get this crash where I kind of want to take a nap. So
funny.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting that's starting to kind of crop up. I don't know that I noticed it early on, but it is kind of hitting me now.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about results? Because that's why we're doing this, right? So your primary goal was a little bit of weight loss. Mine was a little bit of weight loss, just vanity pounds, but also to test carbohydrates and my mood in terms of how it impacts depressive symptoms. So how was the progress, the results? Was it effective for your goals?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going down, so I am still losing. I think some of that for me is just simply caloric deprivation or restriction.
Yeah.
Just because I simply was not eating enough. I wasn't eating, tons and tons and tons of the fruit or whatever.
Yeah, I think the same. I did see my weight kind of go down, but I also noticed that on our scale, where it measures body fat, the body fat percentage didn't go down. So I just started going back to the gym. We'd been super busy. I hadn't been lifting, and I am significantly weaker than when we started this whole thing. I mean, it's embarrassing. How I feel like I'm starting to look more and more like a vegan. I just got to put it out there. And what that means is by the end of the day, because there's so much fiber, there's a little bloating going on, I've got a little belly going on, but I am so lean in the shoulders, my legs are getting smaller, everything's like shrinking. but I've got this little, vegan belly thing going on. Not the aesthetic I was going for.
No.
I feel like in the mornings I look decent because everything's still kind of flat before I've started eating. But so I've lost some fat, but I've lost some muscle too. And I think in my case, part of that is because I stopped lifting. And I think your body has a need for certain essential amino acids. And if you're not providing it through your diet with protein, it's going to pull it from somewhere, right? So it's going to pull it from your muscle tissue.
Your existing, yeah.
And I think a way to mitigate that may be to lift and work out.
Okay.
Because muscles, it's pretty metabolically intensive. Like, it's expensive tissue for your body to maintain.
Okay.
And if you don't need it, you'll get rid of it.
It's going to get go.
So if even though I'm active out in the vineyard, it's not strenuous work.
Yeah.
And so the body's just like, man, you're carrying around some extra muscle you don't need. I can use those parts and pieces, and I think it takes it. So if you are doing this kind of thing to maintain muscle mass, I would say keep going to the gym, lift heavy, to hold that up and remind your body, hey, no, this is important. We need this.
Yeah.
Right?
Valid.
Yeah. As far as mood for me, depressive symptoms didn't help at all. No. It was meh kind of thing. So I'm not thrilled about that. I was hoping to strike on a carbohydrate source that really did not have any kind of depressive
negative impact.
It didn't make it worse, didn't make it better, but yeah, there we are. It's kind of neutral, I guess, that way.
Okay. I will say also that I did have the energy for my runs. So, this seems to be working for me that way.
Yeah. Would you do it again, or is it something that you'd put in your toolbox with the goal of losing some weight?
Yeah, so if I wanted to lose weight and I knew that I was dedicated for a couple of weeks, I would probably, and you might not like this, I would probably just go straight carnivore, and I would do alternate daily fasting. I would make sure that my intermittent fasting is where it needs to be, and do some 48s or...
Yeah. See, I would actually approach it differently, because for me, this did not require any willpower. I felt it was super easy. Fasting takes willpower. We've done 48-hour fast and 3-day fast, 4-day fast. It takes willpower for me to do it. I have to consciously choose not to eat. But for this, it really did not take any willpower. But so the way I would use it in the future, for me, if I wanted to lose 2-3 pounds, I would maybe do it for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I would do it solid. I would not do any cheat days.
No cheat days,
I would be strict for 2-3 weeks, and I would maintain my weightlifting or maybe even increase the muscular demands to try and hold on to the muscle mass. So I would use it for, I'd like to see how that works for a quick little blip to try and just drop a couple of pounds and then get back to normal.
And I mean, remember, during this time, we did have a cheat week, essentially.
We did, yeah.
Not a cheat week, but back to the regular
out of the
nutrition
8 weeks,
week.
1 week where we kind of ate
we
normal-ish
didn't.
without being too crazy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it. I don't know. My verdict on this sugar diet is that it is kind of overblown on social media.
I agree.
You get this idea that you start doing it from the influencers, and you're just going to drop weight like crazy. It's going to disappear. It's super easy. It was slow.
I mean, we have the actual results.
Yeah, we have lost weight. It's taken a while.
Yeah, so I think I lost 4 pounds. I'm at 30, what was I this morning? Well, this morning I was at 34, but my average, 134, but my average is 136 this week. And when I started, it was 140.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I did lose 4 pounds, but that's over an 8-week time period. And do I want to navigate my life on the sugar diet terms?
Yeah.
Or am I better suited doing it in a different way?
Yeah, and same with me. My weight trend is down, but again, muscle's down too. So, I don't know, man. I wasn't in love with it. I may try it again in the future under a more controlled setting to see if I can maximize the results, not give myself so much wiggle room, and see. But we're going to switch gears this next week, and we're going to go to the opposite end of the spectrum. And we're going to go and we're going to do carnivore.
I love that. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. And we've done this in the past, so we have an idea of what to expect. One thing I'm kind of curious about, how bad are the sugar cravings going to be as we make this transition? Going to have to maybe face the keto flu kind of thing. So we'll kind of walk you through that as we go. We'll give you an update in another week or so.
And I'll have to try to figure out running nutrition.
Yeah.
because mid runs I'm doing Sour Patch or Nerd Clusters, and
Yeah.
I can't do those.
Yeah. Now, I have done marathon training before, which Amy's doing, while doing keto in carnivore. So
Okay, so there's ways.
there's ways to do it. The challenge is, at the time I was doing that, I was already kind of keto adapted,
Yeah.
and you are not.
I'm not.
And
No,
so-
no. But I will be by the time of the marathon.
Yeah.
It's just going to
Yeah.
take a week or two to.
We'll see. This will be
know.
interesting. We'll see how sucky the runs are. But anyway, that's kind of the update. Sugar diet, I give it a kind of a thumbs medium.
I was just going to say like maybe 5 out of 10. Like it's a
Yeah.
halfway.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Right.
You will if you stick to it, especially if you stick to it better than we did.
Yeah, I think there are results to it, and if you control your food environment, it's, to me, satisfying to eat, not terribly difficult, doesn't require a lot of willpower, but you gotta lift. Gotta lift.
And you got to stay home because if you're out and about, it's too much.
You just sit
It's
there
too
and
much.
eat bowls of rice. Fantastic. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for
tuning in,
watching.
and we'll see you next time.
Yep.